After reaching Nagar, our first task was to get adjusted to the high altitude and the low oxygen pressure. In this way, we are ready for the trek and the possibility of developing altitude sickness reduces significantly. We can do this either by going on a short hike or doing any physical activity. But our decision was to go on a short hike around the town of Nagar, and we had three places on our agenda. The first one was to visit the popular Naggar Castle, followed by the Tripura Sundari Temple, and finally the Gauri Shankar Temple. As these places were a bit far from our base camp, the total hike took us 3 to 4 hours to complete. It was a perfect day for a hike with clear skies and pleasant weather. We also had beautiful scenes of the valley alongside us throughout the hike. It was also a great opportunity to get to know the gang better. This is me trying to enforce my friendship on these dogs. So our first stop was the Naggar Castle. This castle was built by Raja Siddh Singh in the year 1460, but now it is managed by Himachal Pradesh Tourism and they operate it as a heritage hotel. Honestly, there's nothing much to do in the castle, but the architecture as well as the view of the valley from the castle makes the trip worthwhile. As the castle is a popular tourist destination and quite scenic, the Naggar Castle has also been featured in a number of movies as well as songs.
जब भी मैं तिथे शूट केलं ते अच्छे ते सॉन्ग है ना ट्यूबलाइट Sallu was here.
Salman Khan and a dead animal. I don't think this is a coincidence. As we were exploring the castle, we came across these lads playing cricket. Initially it was entertaining, but then this happened.
Silver players, bro.
This is our trek leader Kim Singh showing us around the castle.
कैसे वो जो पहना है औरत ने इसको कैसे बनाना है वैसे बनाते थे वो।
अच्छा वहाँ पे
इससे हाथ से बुनते थे।
हाँ
और फिर ये टबैको रखने वाला जो एक लंबा सा नहीं है।
हाँ हाँ
इसमें ऊपर से ढक्कन लगता था, टबैको रखते थे पुराने लोग।
टबैको तो
हाँ,
अच्छा
मतलब लोकल यहीं उगाते थे उस टाइम, आता नहीं था ना, तो बाकी तो यूज़ करते जो डेली की रोज़मर्रा की चीज़ें।
ये क्या है?
ये बजाते हैं इसको।
अच्छा
जैसे वो नहीं बजाते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट इसको अलग स्टाइल से बजाते हैं। ये बाजा है, मतलब ये जो साइड में है ना इससे इस तरह बजाते हैं, मतलब बाकी कुछ नहीं।
ये क्यों लगाते थे?
ये तो फंक्शन यहाँ पे ना कहते हैं कि देवता और राक्षस की लड़ाई होती थी, मतलब हर मेले यहाँ ऑलमोस्ट ऐसे ही बने हुए हैं।
अच्छा
तो वो क्या है कि राक्षस को भी बनाते थे, वो ऐसे पहनते थे। अभी ये ऐसे पहनते हैं ना तो उसका पूरा फंक्शन जो कार्रवाई होती है वही वैसे ही होती है।
Our next stop was the Tripura Sundari Temple. The pagoda-like architecture of this temple made it stand out amongst others in the village. This is Anirudh throwing gang signs whenever possible. As you can see, the premises of the temple is quite spacious and it was super peaceful. As I entered the temple, I saw that the pillars and the roof were mainly made out of wood. The Tripura Sundari temple is a temple of goddess Durga and dates back to the 11th century. We decided to take a walk around the temple and this is how it looked. I was super impressed by the carvings on the woodwork and on the walls of the temple. I wish I could spend more time at this temple, but it was time to head to the next stop. Walking through the streets of this village was quite an experience. I just ran into one of the co-founders of Etal, कौशल पिल्लाई.
क्या चाहिए आपको? ऑटोग्राफ?
मुझे हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग चाहिए. मुझे करवा के दो.
आपके पास आपके घर में टीवी है? Our TV is not working.
ब्रावे का काय देतोस रे? नाही. हां समीर वानखेडे wants to know your location.
काय रे टॉफी है ब्रो.
So after trolling around for quite a bit, we finally reached Gauri Shankar Temple. The first thing that we saw in the temple was Nandi bull facing the shrine. The temple had a beautiful carved stone plaque of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. As the sun was setting and the temperature was starting to dip, it was time to go back to our base camp. The plan was to grab some hot dinner, pack our bags and take ample of rest for the climb that started the next day. And this is how a beautiful base camp looked when we came back in the evening.